Back in my day, we worked 10 hours on the job. Then we came home to milk the cows and muck the stalls, fix the roof, and chop firewood, all before dinner. And we didn't complain about burnout. Psh, whatever. Okay, it's 2025. Let's get with the program. Going to work, having a job, that's not the problem. People just don't want it to rule their whole damn life. And that's exactly what's been happening. Because let's be honest, you can't expect to work just one job anymore and actually make a living at it. Today, you need a full-time job, a side hustle, and some kind of passive income. And that's not just you, because in today's economy, it's almost impossible to make it on one income. So your partner, they'd better be grinding too, just to keep the lights on. And maybe you get to afford a weekend getaway once a year, if you're lucky. So when exactly are you supposed to live your life? When do you get to breathe? When do you finally stop surviving and actually feel like you're living a life you want to live and get to enjoy it on your terms? If that's a question you've been asking yourself, if you've felt like all you do is work, eat, sleep, and repeat the cycle on autopilot, I'd love to invite you to a free wealth activation breakthrough call. In this call, we'll align your financial goals with the life you truly want and map out your next steps to finally create the breathing room that you need to live on your terms. This call is absolutely free, so click the link in the description below and schedule your call today. In this video, I'm walking you through 3 steps that you can take if you're done living with the burnout and you're ready to build real wealth and financial freedom without working yourself into the ground. So let's talk about the first thing that you need to do, which is to stop the hustle. Work isn't just taking our time anymore. It's taking our health, our peace, our relationships, our sense of self. And for what? A paycheck that barely covers groceries and gas while everything else just keeps going up? It's no wonder we're done with the whole thing. We're tired. We're burned out. We're exhausted in our bodies and our souls. But burnout is not laziness. It's what happens when you've done everything right and it still doesn't feel like it's enough. Because the real problem isn't that you're not working hard enough. It's that you're chasing someone else's version of success, someone else's idea of what your life should look like. So what if you stopped? What if you stopped chasing the hustle and started creating a vision instead? Because here's the truth. You don't need more hustle. You need more clarity. You need more alignment. You need a clear vision of the life you actually want to live. Not just how you earn money, but how you spend your time, how you feel when you wake up, to the future that you're shaping with your choices, and why any of it even matters to you. One of the things we talk about in my coaching program is something I call your time budget. It's basically a way to figure out what exactly fits in your day once you account for the non-negotiables like work, family, relationships, and even rest. Because it's one thing to know what you want in your life, but it's another to see if your time, your money, your lifestyle actually allows for it. And once you have that vision, everything else starts to shift, because now you're not just working to survive, you're building something that feeds your soul. And the next step is to figure out what you need. Here's something that doesn't get said enough, because you don't need more. You just need better alignment. Not more money, not more hours, not another side hustle. Just a better fit between your life and your goals. Because if your financial goals are based on someone else's expectations or built on numbers that don't reflect the actual life you want to live, then it's no wonder it all feels heavy and frustrating. More money doesn't fix burnout. More money doesn't give you peace. And more money doesn't mean more financial freedom unless your life is actually set up to support the kind of freedom you want. This is where so many people get stuck. They think, once I hit 100K, I'll feel better. Or once I pay off the debt, I'll finally be able to. You can fill in the blank, because you know what? This is something I'm sure a lot of us have said, and we all have that one idea of what we can do once the debt is gone. But listen, those goals are just milestones. They're not the destination. So instead of chasing a number, start by getting clear on what you actually want your money to do for you. Not just how much money you need or think you need, but why? What's the life that it's funding? What's the freedom it's creating? Because when your goals reflect the life you really want, you stop chasing and you start building. This one shift alone is one of the biggest breakthroughs I see with so many people. But there's still one more step, and that is to start making some changes. This is where it stops being just an idea and starts becoming a reality. Because once you know something's not working, the next step is to actually do something about it. Not an overhaul, not a total life reset, just small, intentional, micro changes that start to create space for something even better. That might look like setting better boundaries with your time, creating space in your day to relax and give your body time to unwind without feeling like it has to be in constant motion or constantly doing something. Or finally, just carving out 30 minutes a day for that one thing that you've been putting off for years because everything else has felt like it was more important. These micro changes do not always feel huge or dramatic, but they're the exact thing that starts to shift the direction you're taking with your life, your future, and your vision. Because holistic wealth isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things in a way that honors the life you want to build. And if you're not sure what those changes could look like for your life, that's exactly the kind of thing we can figure out together in a free breakthrough call. So click the link in the description below and schedule your call today if you're ready to be done with the burnout and actually have more fun, more peace, and more fulfillment in your life. And if you want to start making small, sustainable changes that actually support the life you want, watch this video next, where I walk you through 7 simple money habits that actually build real wealth over time.